Alright troops, Slarty Fart Blast here, and welcome to my review of Shadow Warrior Part 3 on the PS5. It's available for, you know, yada, McYada. Strange trilogy this. The first one came out, got a physical release. The second one came out, no physical release. The third one comes out, gets a physical release. Why? I now have an incomplete trilogy, you bunch of plamps. Well, I hear nobody asking what this game's about, but I'm just going to rattle on, pish and tell you anyway, okay? You go a guy called Wang. Well, actually, I should really go back to the beginning. This is how this all fucking started. It came out, the original game that is, came out around about the mid to late 90s. It was used on, like, the Duke Nukem engine or the Doom engine or whatever it is. And then about 20 years later it gets a remake, and they make Wang all young and less sort of Asian stereotype, because he used to talk with a thick Chinese accent, and people get upset over these things, but it's fine. Now he's got an American accent and he's about 25-year-old, 30-year-old. He's young. He's a young guy. Still on it. He's actually got about as much personality as a dry oat biscuit, but then that's really neither here nor there. I just find him terribly irritating, okay? And then it spawned two sequels, and this is the third sequel? No, it's not. It's the second sequel. Shadow Warrior 3 Ultimate Edition. Don't forget the Ultimate Edition part. Whatever the fart that means, you know? So, it's a first-person shooter, goriness. You've got a samurai sword going choppy chop chop, even though the guy's name's Wang, which is not Japanese. Why they didn't make it a Japanese, well, do you know why they didn't? Because they couldn't call him Wang then, could they? Like, you know, big dick, thick chopper, all that shite. They couldn't have done that if it was a Japanese guy. I can't make good innuendos with Japanese names. I suppose they could have called him Hero, you know, like, he's the hero of the game, but it's Hero, it's a Japanese, yeah, you get it. At least I hope you do. Anyway, first person shooter, it's good. Performance mode, all that pish. If you prefer, you can have graphics or frame rate. You can't have both. And the like, you know, what job you keep and all that, because these machines aren't powerful enough, yada yada yada. Here we go with this pish. Even though I started it, so I'm a bit of an idiot really, but there you go. I think these machines are fantastic, just to throw that into the... I like convenience, you know, so I throw that into the ring and... So it's a very colourful game actually. It's very colourful and bright, and the monsters look weird, and it really reminds me of Serious Sam 2, you know, the Serious Sam game that only got a PC release. I'm surprised it's not actually being released now for everything, because, well, why not? You might as well. Might not have been well liked, maybe it didn't even sell that well, maybe that's why they're doing it, but who knows, Maybe we'll get an ultimate collection of that one day and they'll include that lost game. It's not really lost, it's just a bit weird as far as I'm concerned, and this is a weird... I mean, it's got things from the other two games in it that sort of man up, but it's like... It feels like Alice in Bloody Wonderland compared to the last game, which was like cyberpunky and all sci-fi, and... It's more like the first game, I think. I haven't played much of the second, I've only sort of skirted the surface. I have to get distracted with something else, and then you know how it goes. Anyway, this game, it's very gory, but it's a very cartoony violence. It's not realistic at all. You've got finishing moves which will replenish your health. If you use the sword and kill smaller enemies with it, it'll drop ammo. If you kill them with a gun, it'll drop health. Very Doom Eternal, that, isn't it? Getting to see some patterns emerging here. And with regards to the game, you'll go through like a jumpy bit, few enemies here and there, then you got a big arena mode, just like Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. You know, they might have just a bit ripped this off a little bit. I'm sensing rip-offage, and it can really get overwhelming, and to the point where it pisses me off. Because you'll have waves and waves and waves and waves and waves and waves of enemies, only to be, You know, thinking you've done the right thing, finished, only to be confronted with more waves and waves and waves and waves of enemies. And then if you die at any point, you go right back to the fucking start because we don't have checkpoint systems in this game. Absolute juice. There's also an upgrade system. Now, don't be like me and forget about it till you're near the end of the fucking game, wondering why everything's so much harder than it needs to be. Upgrade your shit and your character and you'll have a slightly better time. Only slightly, mind you. So that's really the crux of the game. There's not much to it, I'm afraid. It's just very repetitive, very bright, very loud, lots of explosions. Can be extremely frustrating. There was a boss fight and there's like 2 waves to it, but if you die near the end of the second wave, you go right back to the fucking start. It's old school that way. They don't have good checkpoint systems. You would think, and I would hope, modern games, they're too easy. I don't care about all that. I just want to have fun. And see, if I stop having fun, you've got a problem. For whatever reason, understand. If I'm not having fun, I'm going to be angry at you. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're a prick anyway. Right, I've talked enough shite about this, I think. Bye!